Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and good morning, and thank you for standing by. Welcome to the Tencent Music Entertainment Group fourth quarter and full year 2021 earnings conference call. Today, you will hear discussions from the management team of Tencent Music Entertainment Group, followed by a question and answer session. Please be advised that this conference is being recorded today. Now I will turn the conference over to your speaker, host today, Chief Strategy Officer, Mr. Tony Yip. Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, operator. Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining us on the call today. TME announced financial results today after the market closed. An earnings release is now available on our IR website at ir.tencentmusic.com, as well as via Newswire services. Today, you'll hear from Mr. Cussion Pang, our Executive Chairman, who will start the call with an overview of our recent updates. Next, Mr. Ross Liang, our CEO, and I, Tony Yip, as CSO, will offer additional thoughts on our product strategies, operations, and business developments. Finally, Ms. Shirley Hu, our CFO, will address our financial results before we open the call for questions. Please note that this call may contain forward-looking statements made pursuant to the safe harbor provisions of the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. These forward-looking statements are based on management's current expectations and observations that involve known and unknown risks, uncertainties, and other factors not under the company's control, which may cause actual results, performance, or achievements of the company to be materially different from the results, performance, or expectations implied by these forward-looking statements. All forward-looking statements are expressly qualified in their entirety by the cautionary statements, risk factors, and details of the company's filings with the SEC. The company does not assume any obligation to revise or update any forward-looking statements as a result of new information, future events, changes in market conditions, or otherwise, except as required by law. Please note that the company will discuss non-IFRS measures today, which are more thoroughly explained and reconciled to the most comparable measures reported under the IFRS in the company's earnings release and filings with the SEC. You're reminded that such non-IFRS measures should not be viewed in isolation or as an alternative to the equivalent IFRS measure, or other non-IFRS measure are not uniformly defined by all companies, including those in the same industry. With that, I'm pleased to turn over the call to Cussion, Executive Chairman of TME. Cussion.
Thank you, Tony. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining our call today. We concluded 2021 with resolute execution of our mutually reinforcing dual engine content and platform strategy, as we strengthened our pan-entertainment content ecosystem and enhanced our content production and promotion capabilities throughout the year. We further diversified our business model, grew our market influence, and most importantly, kept on attracting and engaging users and holistically addressing the needs of our music stakeholders. We are also committed to continuous product innovation, through which we optimize users' experience across our four pillars of music entertainment: listen, watch, sing, and play. Ultimately, these initiatives help both of our company and the music industry to achieve healthy development and prosperity. Empowered by our content strategy encompassing original content production, licensing, operation, promotion, and monetization, we are expanding our efforts in augmenting the scale and fortifying the quality and competitiveness of our music catalog. To cultivate high-quality artists and songs and promote a flourishing original content ecosystem, we have been focusing on building a more effective set of original content production capabilities. We have led the industry in original content production and promotion by developing and implementing a host of advanced tools and technologies. Examples include our 5Sing platform, which provides an online community for lyrics, songwriters, and musicians to pair, communicate, and trade. During the demo stage, our proprietary predictive model enables forecasting and data mining for songs with blockbuster potential by determining intricate user preferences and analyzing melody, lyrics, voice, and rhythms which in turn makes original song production more cost-effective. Furthermore, we have developed a number of content production promotion tools which integrate our internal and external promotion resources, providing a one-stop service to musicians. These advanced tools and technologies allow us to effectively identify and increase support for potential hits. Notable standouts include Lonely City, Gu Cheng, which stood to the #1 spot in the charts within the Chinese ancient style category upon release, triggering a tremendous wave of buzz on social media with nearly 1 billion streams in the fourth quarter, as well as multiple songs boasting over 100 million streams in the same quarter, such as Painting String, 花里弦, Perfect Couple, 金玉良缘, Pretend I Had Been Married to Her, 当我娶过她, and I'm Not Andy Lau, 我不是刘德华. Deepening interaction with IPs in the broader Tencent ecosystem has also increased the influence of our original music. In 2021, TME joined hands with 46 IPs in the Tencent Pan-Entertainment ecosystem across gaming, animation, literature, variety shows, film and television, and more, to produce and release 117 original songs. In the fourth quarter, we teamed up with the League of Legends Wild Rift 英雄联盟手游 to launch the industry's first esports music production bootcamp, ushering in the beginning of our long-term original content production cooperation with TJ Sports, 腾金体育. Border crossover collaborations also produced hits such as the theme song from the acclaimed romance film B for Busy, 爱情神话, sung by Mao Buyi, which topped the various charts, and the theme song for the game House of Grimm, 魔镜物语, sung by Angela Zhang, Zhang Shaohan. We also empower indie musicians by creating a spiritual home for them via our Tencent musician platform. As of the end of the fourth quarter, the number of indie musicians on our Tencent musician platform reached 300,000. With the ongoing improvement of our end-to-end services from song production and domestic and overseas promotion, all the way to artist and repertoire development, incentive plans, performance resources, copyright protection, and career training, our Tencent musician platform has become the platform of choice for many indie musicians, especially young ones, further promoting the variety and diversity of our musicians' ecosystem. First, Tencent musician platform leverages powerful internal and external resources to provide musicians with a rich variety of artistic inspiration and creation scenarios. For example, in the fourth quarter, we cooperate with the Mercedes-Benz music creation initiative She's Mercedes to encourage the use of music to record her stories. 340 groups of participating musicians composed 1,290 original songs through the Tencent musician platform, highlighting female creativity in music. Second, with multi-dimensional promotional capabilities, both on and offline, Tencent musician platform has become a hotbed for hit songs. With the enthusiastically shared release of QQ Music 2021 Year-End Music Review, 胡怡 song Time Never Forgets, 时光采样, for which we managed the entire production, release, and promotion process, achieved over 20 million first-day streams, setting a streaming debut record within the indie musicians category. We also recommend Flowers All the Way, 一路生花 by Wen Yixing to multiple offline New Year's Eve performances hosted by influential TV channels, where it earned widespread accolades among listeners with its authentic story and inspirational theme, and topped the major music charts in the fourth quarter. Notably, daily streams exceed 15 million directly following these performances. Going forward, our Tencent musician platform will carry on harnessing these advantages and ecosystem resources to foster a richer repertoire of original music and support more indie musicians. Alongside our music production initiatives, we have been enriching our content library to safeguard our comprehensive content offerings. Kugou has made Chinese ancient style a breeding ground for massive hits through its IP, New Ancient Rap, 国风新语, by organizing singing competitions of music galas, launching music charts, and other on and offline activities in the fourth quarter. Hip-hop has become another value booster for our platform, and we are proud to have built a reputation among users and in the industry as a go-to destination to discover hip-hop music. Our QQ Music Rappers Alliance brand is steeped in deep collaborations with hip-hop celebrities and record labels, which we augment with music contests, national live tours, and other events. In 2021, we helped the Chinese ancient style and hip-hop artists and songs to reach a broadened fan base, with more than 4,000 songs in these two genres combined making their way onto various music charts. Turning to our live events offerings, in 2021, we upgraded TME Live to become an increasingly comprehensive performance platform, reinforcing our overall online and offline content ecosystem. Throughout 2021, TME Live further strengthened its brand and escalated its industry influence by hosting a total of 56 live performances with captivating, interactive, and virtual experience. In fourth quarter, we organized online shows featuring a rich lineup of domestic and global megastars such as Zhou Yiyong, Rong Zhu'er, and Adele. Among these, Chen Lilong Grown 21 birthday concert was particularly innovative and rewarding, given its embedded online payment and artist merchandise options. TME Live has also extended downstream to support the diverse development of our musicians. Through initiatives such as the Fourth Stage, which has attracted approximately 10,000 indie musicians applicants and has been widely followed on social media. We helped our artists gain significant growth in streaming volume and fan base. By the end of the fourth quarter, 25 of our musicians had performed over 120 original works on TME Live various offline stages. In the future, we expect to extend more offline events and festivals to up-and-coming musicians, expanding their influence and efficiency, promoting talent through high-frequency performances. As the leading music and audio entertainment platform in China, we have created trend-setting award ceremonies, such as the Tencent Music Entertainment Awards, TMEA, to present and reward the industry best and brightest artists and their era-defining works. On December 11th, 2021, we hosted the third Star Studio TMEA in Macau, featuring 46 groups of artists, including Jay Chou, Zhou Jielun, Mayday, Wu Yuetian, Rennie Liu, Liu Ruoying, Cai Shikun, Teens in Times, Xilai Chaolan Tuan, and Zhuke Xie, Xie Qian, as well as a successive play of 58 hits. By combining our promotion powers with other Tencent resources, we set an audience record with over 10 million views, far more than the previous two TMEAs. With that, I conclude the update on our progress with content. Now I would like to turn the call over to Ross, who will share more about our platform strategy. Ross, please go ahead.
Thank you, Cassius. Hello, everyone. Moving on to our platform strategy. In the fourth quarter, QQ Music, Kugou Music, and Kuwo Music all released major version upgrades, incorporating refreshed product concepts as well as optimized operations, UI design, and technological innovations. We leveraged the companionship that music embodies to invite users to listen, watch, sing, and play, engaging them deeply in these four pillars of music entertainment. To bolster our listen pillar, we strive to provide a masterful audio experience with innovative listen features and optimize the sound quality and effects. The latest version of Weixin allows users to send songs from the TME music library directly to friends on Weixin. Our leap of heart 悦心 function, which has been adopted by more than 5 million users, enables one user to listen to songs another user is listening to with simple one-click following. Furthermore, our interactive playlist can be joined, built, and edited by multiple users. These cutting-edge functions allow users to break through the barriers of time and place while dynamically integrating listen with social interaction. Technology is a crucial component that differentiates the listening experience we offer. We continue to optimize the smart recommendation feature on QQ Music to help users to discover high-quality music more efficiently, as evidenced by 66% more music streams attributable to the feature in the fourth quarter compared with the same period last year. Additionally, our patent audio processing technology delivers a cool multi-track function through which users can separate songs into adjustable tracks to create individualized listening experiences. We have also refined our vertical operations through Kugou Music's scenario-based music, which targets users' wellness needs such as fitness and sleep hygiene. Our sleep-inducing delta brainwave music has been streamed over 26 million times since its launch. Watch, our second pillar, adds another dimension to the user experience, making content more visually memorable. We satisfy the nature extension of music users, the visual needs with video content, effectively improving the efficiency and accuracy of music discovery while increasing users' engagement levels. In the fourth quarter, QQ Music's video content sustained its year-over-year growth of more than 100% in both unique visitors and video views. Furthermore, our musicians continuously benefit from our cooperation with Weixin video accounts in music promotion. We jointly launched the Resonance Initiative as 同频计划 as a task-based model to incentivize indie musicians to produce original songs and video content in October, and initiated a reward-based editing challenge for the hit song Love Love in December. Through our collaboration with Weixin video accounts, daily video views of our musicians' work uploaded to Weixin video accounts reached 50 million by the end of 2021. Next, for the Sing pillar, we introduced the in-room memberships and added new video accounts and casual games such as Karaoke Farm 歌房农场 and Karaoke Town 歌房小镇 to the latest version of Weixin's online karaoke room to make the overall karaoke room experience more fun and socially engaging, leading to a growth in karaoke room audience time spent in the fourth quarter. We also introduced an online service model featuring on-demand vocal accompaniment, which effectively mobilized the karaoke KOLs on the platform and reward their singing talent. Finally, we launched our elder care mode, 关怀模式, designed to address the seniors' unique needs with bigger fonts, cleaner UI design, and more relevant content. The fourth and final pillar of our comprehensive entertainment offer is play, which we expect will unlock an entirely new class of virtual interactions on TME's platform. In the fourth quarter, we launched China's first virtual music playground, TME Land, and hosted its first online music festival on New Year Eve in a 130,000 square kilometer virtual setting. Participants flocked to the event to party virtually with their friends and world-renowned DJs such as Westone, Lumin, and Dexter King in the form of brand new 3D avatars. We also recently released QQ Music's M-Pad and Kugou Music's music apps to provide companionship to our music users. Millions of users have already adopted their virtual packs, demonstrating their song's popularity, particularly among the young demographic. Leveraging our ongoing interconnections with Tencent ecosystem and the resulting broadened promotion capabilities, we attract a wide group of users and encourage them to enjoy our music and video content through efforts including but not limited to. First, we partnered with Weixin video accounts to live stream Mayday's New Year Eve concert by TME Live, which captivated a total of 14 million viewers in the Tencent ecosystem. Second, we cooperated with Tencent Games on the debut of Ethan Chang's Lonely Warrior, 孤勇者, the Chinese theme song for the animation Arcane League of Legends 英雄联盟双城之战, which was streamed more than 400 million times in the fourth quarter, reaching number 1 on multiple music charts. Third, during the release of Tencent Video's hit drama, Sword Snow Stride 雪中悍刀行, TME's long-form audio offers of the same title were played 1.4 million times daily, with a quarterly growth rate over 500% during the first month of the show's season. In 2022, TME will keep on strengthening its collaboration with Tencent IP ecosystem and utilizing their methodology in promoting more hits. As we continue to bring our users and create differentiated content and tools, long-form audio has proven itself to be an effective complement to our portfolio of music apps. In the same way as we cultivate original music content, we are building a closed-loop system for podcasters with initiatives spanning content production, promotion, and monetization. Among our podcasters, there are 8 that have achieved the milestone of 100 million cumulative streams, demonstrating the power of our podcaster ecosystem, including podcaster Miss Dear 小鹿姐姐, Bedtime Story Box 晚安故事盒子, a child-topping children's book noted for its entertainment and educational value. On the content production front, we co-create 效果, the first ever audio variety talk show, Don't Stop 脱口秀不要停, exploring the boundaries of audio talk shows to further expand our reach in the audio market. As we continue to cultivate a vibrant podcast ecosystem and expand production to enrich our differentiated long-form audio content offering. In the fourth quarter, long-form audio MAUs exceeded 150 million, representing 65% year-over-year growth, and its DAU increased by 86% year-over-year. Last but not least, we are committed to fulfilling our social responsibilities. In the fourth quarter, we implemented multiple charity initiatives, including the release of Hearing the Inaudible Music, a charity album recorded with a low-frequency sound for people with mid and high-frequency hearing impairment, as well as our 2021 Little Red Flower Music Season campaign, in which more than 500 musicians participated to compose 2,300 songs for charity. Working hand in hand, our platform and dynamically content strategic progressing creates a substantial force, immersing our users in a comprehensive music and entertainment experience that covers our platform's progress and the latest innovations. With that overview, I'd like to pass the call to Tony to review our business operations. Tony, please go ahead.
Thank you, Ross. Hello, everyone. In terms of operating results in the fourth quarter, our online music MAUs were 615 million, representing a 1% year-over-year decline, primarily due to churn of our casual users served by other pan-entertainment platforms. In the fourth quarter, our IoT services achieved year-over-year MAU growth of 39%. The growth was primarily attributable to our diverse content and our broad variety of smart IoT devices, which continue to enhance our ability to roll out and promote new music content. Despite the impact on advertising and digital album sales from industry headwinds, our online music revenues maintained sustained growth in the fourth quarter, mainly driven by continuous growth in subscriptions. With a net add of 5 million during the fourth quarter, paying user penetration reached 12.4%. At the same time, user retention remained largely stable. Advertising revenue growth moderated and was negatively impacted in the fourth quarter due to industry adjustment. Meanwhile, we continue to devise creative ad solutions to serve brands' diverse needs, such as the branded playlists launched in the fourth quarter. We will continue to innovate our product portfolio and diversify monetization models to better serve users and artists. Along this line, we launched the artist subscription, 超级订阅, an add-on subscription giving users access to customized video and audio content and other privileges from specific artists, while helping artists grow a dedicated hardcore fan base. Moreover, in the fourth quarter, we introduced 葡萄 Mall, 葡萄商城, to retail items from a growing lineup of collaborative artists. Sought-after items in the fourth quarter included Jay Chou, Zhou Jielun's limited edition action figure, Music King Chou, as well as Roy Wang Yuan's physical album Summertime, 夏夜了, which sold 260,000 physical copies, setting a new industry record and fulfilling fans' increasing desire to collect physical albums. Throughout 2021, we increased our efforts to build communities at the forefront of trendy culture and strengthened our brand image with a youth-oriented portfolio of products and campus and college campus initiatives. Our pioneering app, 播点音乐, 播点 Music, is particularly popular among the younger generation. We upgraded 播点 to version 2.0 in December 2021, which features a fresh and sleek UI design and allows listeners to swipe through video-based music content with a smart recommendation function. To meet Gen Z's demands, we also developed a number of on-campus initiatives, such as Voila Campus, 你好大学生, a record label for campus musicians, and our on-campus campaign, 2021 Campus Voice, 校园新歌声, with which we discovered promising campus musicians, such as Josa and JCTX, 姜子同学, together with their chart-busting original songs. Now let's turn to our social entertainment services. MAUs and paying users were lower quarter over quarter amid increasing competition and changing macro environment. While rolling with the ups and downs inherent in this environment, we are working on continued product innovations and building more verticals in social entertainment. For WeSing, which has singing at its core, we are establishing a content generation ecosystem that makes user participation easier and more fun. We now provide users with a virtual stage background and avatar for video recording, as well as the option to create a personalized short video by simply recording the voices with a semi-finished video supplied by WeSing. We also improved chorus functionality to allow even the shyest user to join a chorus while retaining the anonymity by not displaying the face. This simplified creation process has led to an improved video publishing rate and increased user enjoyment in the fourth quarter. In terms of our international expansion efforts, we entered into a definitive agreement in March 2022 to acquire a controlling stake in M&E Mobile Limited, which currently operates Japan's leading karaoke app, Pokekara, to enrich our karaoke experiences as well as broaden our reach in international markets. For our live streaming services, in response to increasing competition, we plan to heighten our focus on differentiating content offering by expanding our audio live streaming content, cultivating talented music broadcaster, hosting cross-platform events, and enriching our virtual interactive product offerings. We are utilizing our live streaming platforms to provide our musicians with a starting point for their careers while presenting us with options for talent discovery and cultivation. QQ Music live streaming is giving more and more musicians a voice and a stage through audio live streaming, evidenced by the consistent quarter-over-quarter growth in the number of streamers and users. In 2021, a total of 12,000 musicians live streamed on QQ Music live streaming platform. Meanwhile, Google Live is building a professional training ground for talented live streaming hosts with high potential by mapping out customized career solutions for them. In the fourth quarter, musicians discovered by Google Live released 64 new songs with over 1 billion total playbacks combined, including Wen Yixing's Flower All the Way, Wen Yixing 一路升华, Fan Ru's Time Please Slow Down, Fan Ru 时间你慢走. The power of our platform and ecosystem was also showcased in our Tencent Music Live Ceremony, TMLC, the industry's first integrated cross-platform live streaming competition event. It brought a double-digit increase in traffic to our live streaming platforms, generated a new record of 630 million social media views. While traditional live streaming is facing challenges, we believe the metaverse reimagines a new era of interactive entertainment. In addition to the virtual playground, TME land, and virtual pets we just mentioned, virtual idols are another area where reality is increasingly merged with fantasy. Shanbao, our self-created Chinese ancient-style virtual idol, was successfully adopted in a wide range of cross-field use cases in the fourth quarter, including collaborations with popular games, emoji and soundmoji packages, conference hosting, offline performances, and more, showcasing the viability of virtual IP monetization. In summary, our effective, growing, dual-engine content and platform strategy puts us in the driver's seat for the music industry's sustained prosperity as we continue to engage and stimulate users while satisfying our stakeholders' multifaceted needs. With that, I would like to turn the call over to Shirley, our CFO, for a closer review of our financials.
Thank you, Tony. Hello, everyone. Next, I'll discuss our results from financial perspective. In the first quarter of 2021, our online music service revenues continued to grow, driven by rapid growth in music subscriptions. Social entertainment business were negatively impacted by competition and the changing macro environment. Our total revenues for Q4 2021 were 7.6 billion, down by 9% year-over-year. Our online music revenues were 2.9 billion this quarter, up 4% year-over-year. In the first quarter of 2021, music subscription business continued to grow rapidly with revenues of RMB 1.95 billion and a year-over-year growth of 24% as we benefit from expanded sales channels and paying user loyalty due to high quality content and the services we provide. Online music paying users grew to 76.2 million, up 36% year-over-year, representing a 5 million net add sequentially. Monthly ARPPU was RMB 8.5 this quarter, compared to RMB 9.4 in the same period last year, as we offered more effective promotions to attract users and cultivate their willingness to pay for music. Revenues from advertising dropped on a year-over-year basis as our advertising business continued to be negatively impacted by the industry adjustment, but increased sequentially due to seasonality. We have taken several steps to mitigate the impact, such as enhancing product quality, adding more creative ad solutions like branded playlists, and partnering more closely with Tencent to reach more advisors. These initiatives will bear fruits over time and mitigate short-term headwinds, and we remain positive about our advertising business in the long run. Sub-licensing revenues and sales of digital albums also dropped on a year-over-year basis and sequentially. Social entertainment services and other revenues were 4.7 billion, down by 15% year-over-year as we faced intense competition from other pan-entertainment platforms and a changing macro environment. To adapt to the changing environment and stabilize revenue scale, we have differentiated our content offerings by expanding our audio live streaming and enriched our virtual interactive product offerings, such as TME Land. We are also expanding our international footprint for our WeSing business, as discussed earlier. Gross margin in Q4 was 28.8%, down by 3.6% year-over-year due to the following factors. First, gross margin for WeSing declined as we increased revenue sharing ratio during the year. Second, given the continuous growth in music subscription revenues, our revenue mix shifted, with revenues from online music, which generally have a lower gross margin, accounting for a higher percentage of revenues. Third, revenues from audio live streaming, whose gross margin was relatively lower, also grew and accounted for a higher percentage of revenues. In addition, increased investments in new product and content offerings, such as long-form audio, also impacted the margin. Now moving on to operating expenses. Total operating expenses for Q4 2021 were RMB 1.8 billion, or 24% as a percentage of total revenues, as compared to 20% in the same period last year. Selling and marketing expenses were RMB 750 million, down by 3% year-over-year. During the quarter, we continued to make efforts in managing external promotion channels efficiently and better utilizing our internal traffic. Excluding the impact from TME event, as the event of 2020 was held in Q1 2021, selling and marketing expenses would have dropped even more. General and administrative expenses were 1.1 billion, up by 18% year-over-year, driven by a higher number of employees in R&D as we invested in product enhancements, technology innovations, and more diversified product offerings. Excluding the impact of approximately RMB 66 million from the acquisition of Lazy Audio, G&A would have increased by 10% year-over-year. Our effective tax rate for Q4 2021 was 11.5%. Our net profit was 577 million, and the net profit attributable to equity holders of the company for Q4 2021 was RMB 536 million. Non-IFRS net profit was RMB 873 million, and the non-IFRS net profit attributable to equity holders of the company was RMB 832 million. Non-IFRS net profit margin was 11.5%. As of December 31st, 2021, our combined balances of cash equivalents, term deposits, and short-term investments were RMB 24.7 billion, representing an increase of RMB 236 million from Q3 2021. And in March 2022, we won the bid to acquire certain land use rights in Shenzhen at RMB 1.05 billion, and the first half of the consideration was already paid. Next, I'll briefly discuss our performance for full year 2021. Our total revenues for 2021 were RMB 31.2 billion, up 7% year-over-year. Revenues from online music services were RMB 11.5 billion, up 23% year-over-year, to which music subscription revenue is the largest contributor. Our music subscription business grew rapidly throughout the year with annual revenues of RMB 7.3 billion and a 31.9% annual growth rate. Revenues from social entertainment services declined slightly by 0.1% year-over-year, given the increased competition and the changing macro environment. Net profit attributable to equity holders of the company under IFRS and non-IFRS were RMB 3 billion and RMB 4.15 billion, respectively. Finally, I'll close my prepared remarks with some comments on outlook for 2022. In 2022, our core music business, partially music subscription and advertising, are expected to grow and reach operating break-even for full year 2022. We are taking various actions to improve ARPPU and expect to see a slow recovery in 2022. Additionally, we are tightening controls on content costs with increased requirements on ROI. For social entertainment services, with challenges from competition and the changing macro environment, we are tightening our cost controls and adjusting revenue sharing ratios to maintain healthy growth margin while keeping revenue scale. Furthermore, from company-wide, we are focusing on our core business and taking actions to control headcount and related costs, improve headcount efficiency, and closely monitor ROI to each channel for marketing expenses. Finally, under the overall macro environment, we continue to invest mindfully in new products and services, including long-form audio and international business, with a focus on investment returns and future growth potentials. This concludes our prepared remarks. Operator, we are ready to open the call for questions.
We will now begin the question and answer session. To ask a question, you may press star then one on your telephone keypad. If you're using a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before pressing the keys. To withdraw your question, please press star then two. For the benefit of all participants on today's call, please limit yourself to one question, and if you have additional questions, you can re-enter the queue. At this time, we'll pause momentarily to assemble our roster. Our first question comes from Eddie Leung with Bank of America. You may now go ahead.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for taking my question. We noticed the user base declined sequentially a bit in the fourth quarter. So just wondering, heading into first quarter of 2022, given the current COVID situation as well, could you share with us the traffic trend you are seeing? And then, similar to that, could you also talk a little bit about the traffic or usage, not just the user base, but for example, the number of streams, time spent of users in 2021, despite the slow growth of your user base. So just wondering if all these features and content development on your platform have any impact on the usage of the existing users. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take a first crack, and then perhaps Ross can also supplement. In terms of our online music MAU, we saw a slight decline by 1% in the fourth quarter on a year-over-year basis, primarily as a result of churning of some of our casual users served by Penn Entertainment platform elsewhere. But I think it's important to note that within the mix of that music MAU, QQ Music actually saw a year-over-year increase in its MAU, whereas Kugou Music and Kuwo Music saw a bit of a decline. And the reason for that difference is because QQ Music is the first flagship app to fully and completely implement our 4 pillars of music entertainment experience, sing, watch, listen, and play to its full extent, with more community features and social features and focus amongst the younger demographics. And so we're pleased to see that these initiatives are starting to bear fruit. And as we work towards streamlining and making more product enhancements along the same lines also to Kugou Music and Kuwo Music, we are hopeful that we'll see some improvements in the MAU throughout the rest of the year. 看看 Ross 有没有补充。
尤其我们三个平台嘛，就整个的，其实酷狗挑战比较大的还是在酷狗的，就因为规模比较大，所以主要影响最大的还是在酷狗音乐上。因为 QQ 音乐本身的用户量就在去年的时候还是取得了比较好的发展，尤其是在 iOS 这一部分，它的才取得了比较好的增长。包括我们整体的一个 MAU 都是在 Q 音乐部分是比较好的，因为它拥有一个比较好的相对比较年轻的一个品牌。因为酷狗相对来说在我们集团是一个整个生命周期是最长的一个业务，所以它在品牌角度来说，以及在整体的运营的思路上来说，还是有比较多可以改进的空间。这是我们应该说在未来2022年里面，在音乐流媒体里面应该遇到的最大的一个挑战吧。后面酷狗那边会更多的去强化推荐，强化它的曲库本身的运营，以及它自己在场景音乐里面的一些使用，然后来突出自己的特色。同时我们也关注说酷狗音乐在年轻用户，就是在我们 Z 时代这里面它的一些影响跟渗透，去提供更好的针对于年轻人的音乐内容，让他们在通过这个内容的建立和功能的优化，让酷狗本身酷狗音乐这边有一个比较好的基本上能够降低它下降的一个趋势。如果它这边的趋势能够稳住的话，那么对于我们整体集团的音乐流媒体这边的 MAU 和包月用户数来说都有比较好的一个增长吧。但是我们整体还是按照我们整个的预计估计还是一个趋平的一个因为它整个行业本身的对于整个行业的影响，以及主要是在短视频这部分，那么我们认为整个的音乐流媒体部分的 MAU 会在2022年保持一个相对一个平稳的态势吧，在我们的努力之下。
Yep, thank you, Ross. I'll do a brief translation. So Ross was talking about the main challenges facing our MAU with respect to Kugou Music, primarily because of the long history of the app, and it has more room for improvement. In particular, this year we'll focus on smart recommendation, better operations amongst our music catalog, expanding into more vertical scenarios-based listening, such as exercising and sleeping scenarios, focusing more on Gen Z younger demographics. And with all these initiatives, we hope to stabilize the MAU decline. And overall, with QQ Music, starting to see growth, in particular around its iOS user base, given this improving brand image among the young demographics, we do expect this to be able to stabilize the music MAU for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Alicia Yap with Citigroup. You may now go ahead.
Hi, good morning, management. Thanks for taking my questions. I have a question follow up on the outlook. So in light of the latest macro and also the competition, any color management could share with us the latest business is trending, how the business is trending into the first quarter this year, and also over the course of 2022, any qualitative color how we should expect the online music growth rate and also the social entertainment revenue growth rate. And specifically, if you could also provide some color on the expectations for online advertising revenue growth this year. Thank you.
Okay. In terms of outlook for Q1, we currently expect total revenues on a year-over-year basis to decline by around mid-teens. In particular, live streaming continue to face competition and a challenging macro environment. And secondly, we're in the process of adjusting our advertising business model to embrace changing environment and industry adjustments. And thirdly, former master licensing contracts have been renewed as non-master licensing contracts, and these have an impact on sub-licensing revenue falling away this year. In terms of full year 2022, we currently expect total revenue on a year-over-year basis to decline by around mid-single digit. While all the above factors also apply, we do expect to see a recovery from these factors in the second half. In addition, for the full year, we expect to be able to grow online music subscribers in terms of subscribers by approximately 20% on a year-over-year basis. That translates to an average quarterly net adds in online music subscribers to be between 3.5 to 4 million. Now, we understand I think we have to understand the context is that over the past 3 years, we have prioritized a growing subscriber base ahead of ARPU. And as a result, we have seen some ARPU decline. For example, in Q4, our ARPPU declined by 9% year over year. However, we continue to believe there is ample growth potential for subscription services over the long run, and that view remains unchanged. But as we plan ahead for this year, we want to focus not only on the quantity of the subscriber growth, but also on the quality of the overall revenue stream. And so we look to take a more balanced approach in growing subscribers as well as maintaining a more stabilized ARPPU. And we will also seek to supplement our subscription revenues with advertising revenues, both of which we expect to have ample long-term growth potential within our business, despite short-term headwinds as it relates to advertising. And through a variety of cost management initiatives to improve efficiencies, we believe our non-IFRS adjusted net margin is expected to be in line in 2022 compared to 2021. In particular, as Shirley mentioned, as a result of very healthy growth in our core online music business, which is online music subscription and advertising, excluding long audio, we expect to continue to see an improving margin trend and achieve profitability at an operating profit level for the core online music businesses, excluding long audio.
Our next question comes from Alex Poon with Morgan Stanley. You may now go ahead.
Thanks, management, for taking my question. My question is related to our overall net margin into 2022 and 2023. Previously, because we have our live streaming business, social entertainment business, higher margin business growing slower than our music, there's a mix change and resulting into lower net margin. And how should we think about the trend in 2022? Because just now you also mentioned that we are controlling some of the revenue sharing ratio and headcount, etc. Can we see some stabilization in the decline in net margin sometime in 2022? Thank you.
Okay.
Shirley, do you want to take that?
Okay. We expect that net margin in 2022 will be stable compared that in 2021. And for online music revenues continue to grow up as paying users increase and advertisement. So paying users will increase 3.5 million to 4 million each quarter. We will balance between ARPPU and the paying users increase. Expect the ARPPU through the year 2022. Additionally, we are taking tightening controls to content cost to increase content investment ROI. The gross margin of online music will keep increase in 2022, and we expect the music business will be break even at the operational level. And the social entertainment revenue will be under pressure in 2022 because the competition from other platforms and the macroeconomic factors. We will control the revenue sharing ratio of Weixin, increase Weixin gross margin. Gross margin of live streaming business on Kugou and the Kuwo platform also will keep stable. And we expect that the audio stream and the international business have pretty good growth, but the revenue share ratio of the new business are higher than the video live streaming. They have the negative impact on gross margin. And in 2022, the one main reason for the pressure on the gross margin will be the revenue mix, because no gross margin revenues such as online music, audio streaming, live streaming increased rapidly, and the high gross margin revenue such as live streaming decreased. And for the operational expenses, we will reach the requirement of RI of marketing and the sales expenses, and cut the no potential profitable projects, and focus on our core business, control the headcount and related cost to improve the efficiency of headcount. For the long form audio, we will continue investing on this new business. We will try multiple ways to expand the monetization of long form audio and control the content cost of long form audio. Expect that the long form audio break even on gross margin level. And so we believe when we take all these ways, the net profit margin will be kept stable in 2021 compared to the 2021. And in 2023, it's long term. I believe we can increase our net profit margin. Yeah.
Our next question comes from Charlene Liu with HSBC. You may now go ahead.
Thank you for taking my question. Actually, they have already been asked. I'm good now. Thank you very much.
Our next question will come from Wei Xiong with UBS. You may now go ahead.
Sure. Thank you, management. I just want to follow up on the point of the online music paying user growth, because we have seen that number has consistently grow at the high end of your target for the past year. So I wonder, could you share what's driving that very robust growth, and which channels did you see to have the most effective way in terms of acquiring new paying users? And in terms of paying ratio, because we have again set a target of 20% growth this year, is there a target of the paying ratio if we look at longer term, and what kind of the ceiling that we're looking at here? Thank you.
Yeah, in terms of driving our long-term growth in the subscriber base, there are actually many tools that we can leverage. Obviously, providing premium content and attractive content, and also providing an overall high quality of service to our subscriber base is very important. And this include content, these include privileges that users are able to access to. And privileges include maybe unique access to digital albums or unique contents that are offered by TME Live. In addition, we are actively expanding multiple channels and also exploring joint membership partnerships with external parties and also with internal opportunities. For example, we do cross-selling campaigns between music subscription and long-form audio. And we also do joint campaigns with external parties as well. And then in addition to that, as our IoT business reach a large enough scale and continue to grow at a fast pace, the subscription for IoT device could also act as an effective cross-marketing campaign for us. And then finally, price promotion, periodically, also an important driver. Now, as I mentioned, I think it's important to see that the context of the very strong growth over the past few years is obviously, is all of the things that I've mentioned. And we prioritize more on the subscriber growth over the past 3 years over ARPU. And we're at a stage where we think the whole industry will benefit, not just TME, by focusing more on the quality of service and less on price promotion. And thereby, we see a lot of value in music subscription services that users will learn to appreciate over time. And this approach would help us lay a stronger foundation for the long term as well, which is why we seek to strike a better balance between subscriber growth and ARPPU growth.
We will be also focusing on the advertising-based business model as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think as Kashan mentioned, that's right. At the same time, this approach will allow us to better manage between growing our paying subscriber and also maintaining our non-paying free user base, which is still a vast majority of our user base, and to be able to effectively generate monetization opportunity from the free user base. This approach would also give us more flexibility to adapt to prospective competitive landscape. One example of the new ad monetization model we are currently beta testing among a small group of users is that, for free users, some of them are given an option to opt in to watch a video ad in exchange for being able to unlock the subscription service for a short period of time. So, for example, if you watch a 30-second or 60-second ad, you might be able to unlock a 30-minute or 60-minute period where you can enjoy the subscription service. The benefit of that is we'll be able to generate ad revenues from the free users that may otherwise be difficult to convert to subscribers. And after these users have had a taste of enjoying the premium subscription service, it may actually increase their conversion to become subscribers. So that could help us grow advertising revenue and also help us over time increase the conversion amongst the free user base. So it's a good balance that allow us to manage.
Yeah, exactly. And we are also seeing the trend that when a user is going to pay for the monthly subscription, or they are going to watching the ads and put in some of the other efforts in order to get the right to enjoy the more premium content, they will be more active on our platform. So we are seeing that we are continuing improving the overall quality of our users. And also, just like Eddie mentioned during the question sections, it will also increase the stickiness of our users as well in terms of the usage of the content.
Our next question comes from Thomas Chong with Jefferies. You may now go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Thanks, management, for taking my questions. May I ask about our M&A strategies for this year, given we have just closed a deal with a controlling stake for entity in Japan, and also just want to get a sense about how would the deal impact the Q1 revenue. And my second question is about, in the press release, we talk about coming back to Hong Kong by way of introduction. Just want to get a sense about management thoughts in this regard and the timeline that we should be anticipating. And my final question is about the social entertainment revenue. When should we expect it to be stabilized in the future? Thank you.
Sure. In terms of M&A, we adopt a very prudent approach to obviously capital management. We are constantly on the lookout on attractive M&A opportunities. We're focused on strategic investment opportunities that provide synergies and that are complementary to our core businesses. And the recent acquisition of M&E Mobile Limited fits that criteria. They operate the leading online karaoke app, Pokécawa, in Japan. So it plays very well into our experience in managing the world's largest online karaoke product. It also allow us to broaden our international footprint into Japan, which previously, we do not yet have a presence. And then in terms of Hong Kong listing, to provide our shareholders with an additional trading venue and protection amid the changing regulatory environment, we have already commenced the process of pursuing a secondary listing in Hong Kong through a listing by way of introduction. It is important to note that this is a direct listing without offering new shares. And the idea behind that is to allow shareholders to be able to enjoy the benefits of an additional listing without the impact of dilution. In terms of timing, obviously I think we are working very hard, but we need to obtain a number of regulatory approvals, and we'll continue to work very hard to move things forward in an expedited manner. And to the extent that we have major developments, we will make the appropriate announcement. And then finally, with regards to social entertainment revenue trends, overall, first quarter we'll still see some challenge. Seasonally, Q1 is always a difficult quarter because during the Chinese New Year holidays, a lot of the live streaming hosts they go on holiday, and as a result, the revenues tends to be a bit weaker. In addition to that, there are changes to industry adjustments, around taxation that effectively increase the cost of doing business for many of the live streaming hosts. So some of them need to readjust their activity levels. And overall, what we're trying to do is to stabilize the decline, and we believe Q1 would be will be a challenging period, but as we look forward into the rest of 2022, we do think that we will start to see some gradual recovery, referencing Q1 as a low base. And the initiatives we're taking to drive that recovery include, continuous revamping of online karaoke room in WeSing. As we mentioned on the script, we are adding casual games such as Karaoke Farm and Karaoke Town to broaden our revenue streams. And in the last quarter, we also mentioned that we are enabling more intra-room and cross-room interactions, and all of this resulted in our WeSing online karaoke room revenue achieving a year-over-year growth in the fourth quarter, even though the traditional live streaming revenue within WeSing recorded a decline. And then the second area of major initiatives to help drive the recovery is audio live streaming, which is a complementary use case to our core music listening experience. And we are seeing some strong growth in both user base and revenues, and it will continue to grow. We'll continue to grow our audio live streaming business in China, as well as to leverage our expertise to expand our presence overseas and monetize through audio live streaming in our overseas products, such as WeSing, as well as our newly acquired Pokekara, as well as M&E product portfolios. QQ Music live streaming is also a flagship in terms of audio live streaming. We are seeing revenue growing at strong double digit at a year-over-year level. Users, performers, revenues all continue to ramp up. And throughout 2021, we've attracted 12,000 musicians to live stream. It's becoming a go-to place for musicians to connect and interact with the fan base via live streaming. And we continue to expect a good double-digit year-over-year growth rate for 2022 for our audio live streaming. And that's it.
Yeah, regarding the M&A strategies, I would like to emphasize that our strategy is not just simply doing some of the financial investment, but rather we would like to invest in a company that will have synergy to our core business. So at the example that you point out regarding the Pokekara, which really suitable to our overseas development on our WeSing platform. So this is one of the projects that we will be looking forward. Besides the platform side, we were also focusing on some of the content investments as well. During the past 3 to 4 years, we have been proactively involved in doing some of the joint production of the music content with many different music labels. We are also started to investing in some of the music labels as well, setting up JVs. So I think that is also another example to showing that our M&A strategy is we want to build a more synergistical business together with our core strategies. Regarding we have a very strong cash base, our cash reserve is around 25 billion in our company. So I think that we will continue to get the best use of this as our advantages. And when the right opportunity come out, we are more than happy to do more investment in order to help the company grow and ensure our success in the long term. But again, we will do it in a prudent way.
Yeah, operator, we have time for one final question.
Okay, our final question comes from Xueqing Zhang with CICC. You may now go ahead.
Thank you, management, for taking my question. And my question is related to TME Land. We launched TME Land at the end of last year, and this quarter's earnings conference call was also held at TME Land. So can management share more color about TME Land? How does it help to develop our business? And how does management see the music industry's opportunity in the metaverse? Thank you.
Ross, would you like to add color?
TME Land 是我们等于是我们第一个在Metaverse 上的一个尝试。那在后面我们会，其实在虚拟世界里面会，其实它是作为一个代表，后面其实在等于在虚拟世界和元宇宙这边我们会做比较多的一些尝试吧。TME Land 会作为一 一个事件 event 的一个举办地嘛，后面会有各种各样的比较特色的场景啊，比如说周同学的威廉古堡啊，我们会建设不同的场景，并且在这些场景下去举办各种各样特色的一个演唱会，包括类似于虚拟阿瓦塔的这样的一个真正的一个虚拟阿瓦塔演唱会，这是我们能够就成为一个相对是一个事件的一个聚集地吧。那在另外一个层面上，我们会继续把 TME Land 的技术应用在我们的在虚拟的卡拉 OK 这样的一个在线的歌房里。这样的话，用户可以在不同的包括还有一些迪厅吧，就能够用户可以在这样的一个唱歌的场景下和跳舞的场景下都能够使用自己的阿瓦塔来去做跟好友和这个世界上各种人去做互动，然后从中我们可以去挖掘到更多的增值的这样的一个机会。最后我们会在这个月我们会在整个的 Q 音乐整个音乐 App 里面去探索元宇宙的这样一个使用情况我们可能在年中会发布一些跟相对比较一个专注的就一个专业的一个元宇宙的一个版本，那里面每个人会有自己的一个音乐的房间用户可以在这里面去装扮有自己的 avatar， 也可以装扮自己的房间，可以在里面去把自己的收藏的音乐在里面摆放他的朋友可以在里面去访问他的房间，并且可以在几个人可以之间去做一些使用不同的乐器来进行演奏同时我们也会马上会推出一个 VR 专辑就是可以在每一个歌手的建立一个专业的房间，在这个房间里面摆放着这个歌手里面各种他历年来发布的这个专辑用户和好友可以在这样的一个 VR 专辑上去按照一个真实的环境去来访问，比如它可以去有不同的音效有不同的一个视觉的感受，然后我们来可以创造一个等于通过 Metaverse 我们可以在整个在音乐的这样一个平台上去创造一个跟真实环境更加相符的这样的一个听歌环境。所以整个 TME Land 是将作为我们一个元宇宙的代表，实际上是我们会成为在今年一整年上在各个的音乐平台上都会对元宇宙的使用场景去做各方面的探索。
好So in terms of TME Land is our flagship metaverse initiative into the virtual world. There are many use cases of TME Land. The first is that we'll be using it as an event hosting venue for special events, such as one that we hosted in the Countdown Gala. There will also be special settings that are customized for particular artists. So we'll be partnering with more and more artists to develop, special settings for him or her. We'll also be hosting concerts, virtual concerts for these artists. Some of them may be a virtual avatar concert, whereby the artists are immersing into this environment through an avatar and performing through an avatar. Secondly, we'll be applying the TME Land technology into the online karaoke room as well as a virtual nightclub types of setting, which encourage users to interact with one another in this virtual setting and therefore extract new user engagement and monetization opportunities. Thirdly, looking ahead into 2022, QQ Music will see an upgrade with a metaverse feature where user will have its own individual room where you can put your own music into that virtual room. Friends can come and visit. You can listen to the music together. You could play instruments together. And for artists, we'll be also opening kind of virtual showrooms for these partnering artists to display all of their albums in this virtual world. And users can come into this virtual showroom, listen to all their music under different audio effects. So effectively, what we try to do is create a parallel world that in parallel to the current physical world and the current 2D environment, but there's a parallel 3D environment that can mimic the physical world as much as possible in a virtual setting. So I think, thank you very much for all of your questions, and thank you for joining us today. Feel free to contact TME's Investor Relations team if you have additional questions. This concludes today's call, and we look forward to speaking with you all again next quarter. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The conference is now concluded. Thank you for attending today's presentation. You may now